So I did a lot today still, but I also slept all day. You know, I did a lot, but not compared to staying up all night from 8 p.m. to 4:30 with 1/2 hour break, cleaning. And I'm seeing something leaking on the very bottom shelf where I don't have a drawer, and I wiped it all up, and I can't even tell where it's coming from. It's not coming from the shelf above it. I don't know. I'm just disgusted. I made a nice soup. But we added meat to it as well. I gotta cook up that meat. I made a nice soup for my mom and I to have for the week. It's all organic, Pacific organic chicken bone broth, spinach, kale, mushrooms, 2 cans of garbanzo beans, 2 cans of green beans, and spices. And I'll be adding chicken to it. That's one of the benefits my mom will no longer have when I'm not around, you know. But again, she has a life here. I don't, you know. Change isn't easy. You know, for me it will be. I can't stand it here anymore. It has nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with her. Okay? I cannot stand it here anymore. It has nothing to do with her. So, but she does have a life here, unlike me. I do not have any type of life here except for her. You know? And Omar, but Omar's gonna go wherever I go, even if it's into a shelter. You know? Like I said, most people cannot have their cake and eat it too. You know, obviously, if my mom had her way, I would just stay here forever with her and have no life and be miserable and, you know. And she wouldn't be able to be forced, be put in the position of having to make those tough decisions, you know, that are hers alone to make. And I'm sorry she has to make them, but she does if, you know, she wants the benefits of having me. And again, she's still my mom. I'm not like gonna never speak to her again, of course. But I have to rip the Band-Aid off. And the Band-Aid is her, you know, she's in total denial. She pretends that I'm not gonna really leave, and you know, and that's on her because, you know, she probably just thinks I'm not gonna leave or you know. But I have to. Nothing will change unless I leave. And Selena was like, well, why don't you save up your money? Why would you go into a shelter with Omar? Omar will be fine. And if we want to be really brutally honest here, I can tell you 100%, no matter where I go, ripping that Band-Aid off and leaving my mom who's gonna feel like I'm abandoning her. You know? And then she'll have certain people in her life or whatever that will, you know, she'll be hurting, and then there'll be certain people, I'm not going to elaborate, but will be like, oh, well, trying to make her feel better, you're better off, or Lori, you know, whatever, and it's just, and then she could break. There's no guarantees. But the fact is, I have a right to leave, and it's going to be one of the hardest things I ever do. So, if we're going to be brutally honest here, I go into a shelter, I will not be able to hide from my pain, okay? I will have resources, just like last time when I got into therapy and whatnot. And I won't be alone. None of those things would be true if I went and lived by myself with Omar. If I moved out of here and did that, that would not be good. That I just can predict it. I know me. That would not be good. And even if I, got a roommate or whatever, it's like I have always engaged in a little thing called disassociation, okay? And I need, I'm in a fucking shelter again, and I know, even if you guys don't, the 100% gritty, real fucking in-your-face reasons why. I can't really deny that, can I? First step will be getting all my stuff into storage. My mom, I need to teach her things too. Remember, she lived here, but she forgot, and I've been taking care of her. Since she moved back in, I do everything. I do everything. I do everything. And she'll need to learn how to, relearn how to run the dishwasher and the washing machine, the dryer. The reason I've been doing the washer and dryer is because we've been in an ongoing thing trying to get everything straight and organized, and everything's piled up, and it wasn't even safe for her to go. It's just easier for me to do it. I wash our clothes together. It's just easier, While I'm living here, I like to run the dishwasher. I have her wash bigger things. I think, can you please wash these pans? Can you please wash this? Can you do that? So she helps too. She does the things I have her, that I ask her to do, Or fold towels and put them away. The laundry room's tiny and it's filled with all of our crap now. Before it wasn't completely full with all the crap, then the crap was in my bedroom. And I really want that bed. I'm supposed to get the rugs done. Remember what I told you, Godsend Woman? When I said Omar's too old to be trained, she said no. And she explained exactly how you do it. I've told you guys this before. She didn't pull this out of her ass. She must have read it somewhere. She must have, that first of all, you have to have the rugs cleaned. And in our case, it's the couches too. So the dog cannot smell his urine or her urine. His or her urine. And then Godsend Woman said you got to put the dog out every half an hour. Every half an hour without fail. I barely leave the house in the wintertime. So it would be an ideal thing to really follow what Godsend Woman says. Set a timer, set it for a half hour, and so I don't have to rely on my own memory or whatnot, and put him out every half hour. Take him out, but as you know, we put him out on the deck's a piece of shit anyway, and we put him out on the deck in the wintertime anyway, we put him out. We can't put him out in so much of snow. Will be scary for me, especially if I go into that shelter, or a shelter. Not necessarily the shelter I was in 7 years ago. But it won't be difficult for me to do, you understand? It'll be difficult in that I know my mom will be upset, but I mean, it's not, I don't have any type of life here. I'm just stagnating. I'm just like getting older and older, and I'm not doing anything. And I know Celine, I was just concerned about Omar, but I'm not going to live in a shelter. It'll be temporary. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to hide from my pain at all. Like I could do if I was renting a room somewhere and I could just lie there and do absolutely nothing. Can't do that, can I? No. There are benefits for me going into a shelter if I'm leaving a situation where I know I'm breaking my mom's heart and she feels like I'm abandoning her, and she just, I'll be surrounded by people. It might not be people that I like or want to talk to or whatever, but just the fact of being surrounded by people. I know the last thing I should do is go and live alone with me and Omar somewhere after moving out of here. I mean, what I should do instantly, no way, no how. I'm going to be raw. Okay? Raw. I already know I'll be raw. I'll be like, no. But I'm not going in there in the wintertime, so it just happened to fall that way, I've been trying to do everything and I'm not remotely done. If I was, because I still have to, I can't spend every waking moment, I still have to watch my shows, I have to, so it happens to, I've been doing stuff all along. I've been killing myself. It just takes forever. And again, I'm the one doing it all by myself. And I'm under extreme amount of stress. So it takes a lot of energy to do anything. Even the friggin' contractor. My mom's the type that she just she'll actually say to me, why isn't she coming? Mom, I'm not her. I can't force her to come. That's really childlike thinking. But my mom will engage in it, and not just regarding that, regarding other crap that I won't get into, even over the years or whatever. Why isn't she coming? About my aunt who died of pancreatic cancer after giving it a valiant fight for 1.5 years. Pancreatic cancer is a bitch. Very few people survive it. That's why I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm not so sure Alex Trebek is going to survive it. Especially getting it so late in life, My aunt got in her 60s. She didn't survive it, but she fought it for 18 months, 1.5 years. And she got to do things on her bucket list, and she got to be with her family for that 1.5 years longer, but she died shortly after I moved in here, and when she wasn't quite dead, but we know she was on her way out, my mom would cry to me I don't understand why God doesn't save her. 'Cause life doesn't work that way, Mom. And even if you follow or just, adhere or buy into the whole Christian thing, I'm sorry, but proof that God doesn't save you is we hear about so-called Christians being freaking brutally murdered. I'm not talking about dying from natural causes like cancer. I'm talking about being brutally murdered. So, no, Mom. Being Christian doesn't get you any kind of free pass where you'll never succumb to tragedy. Even evil, whatever. So, food was out for a few hours, and it thawed. If meat thawed after being in the freezer, um, I can't refreeze it, so you have to cook it. Let me go show you my soup. My mom and I will be eating this all week. You know? One thing I do know, if I'm not living with her, or remember when I wasn't living in an apartment, I was getting my ass over there all the time, you know, at least once a week on the bus, to cook for her, to bring her groceries on the bus. You know, she won't have any of that. That's why I use the analogy of ripping the Band-Aid off. That's what I have to do. And that means phone calls only, and not even remotely on a regular basis. When she was in that apartment, I was calling her every single night, or having her call me every night to tell me she took her meds. She has to be self-sufficient. Oh, Big Brother's watching. Remember, my aunt and I were not, and will never only be the only ones in my mom's life who can decide that she belongs in a mental hospital, even if I wouldn't think she does. We'll just leave it at that, okay? That's why I sarcastically talk about Big Brother. You know? I don't get into it with you guys, but it's just the nature of my mom, you know? So, hopefully she'll be able to hold it together. I didn't listen to Churchwoman. I think Churchwoman is in La La Land when she says to me, well, your mom can't handle you leaving, so don't tell her. Just don't tell her to the day before. No, I'm not going to do that to her. Are you fucking kidding me? That's worse. She needs to slowly realize and see me doing different things. And I need to teach her things and get everything in order before Omar and I are gone, you know? That's La La Land thinking. That's like Pollyanna. Like, but I think even she doesn't believe I'll actually leave. Yeah, well. I can revisit certain things in my head, and it reinforces my determination, really, to leave. But again, I'm not rushing out the door. I'm not gonna, that would be worse. I'm slowly getting everything in order, I'm not gonna leave in the middle of winter. But I'm also not gonna pretend I'm not leaving, like Churchwoman advised me to do. And I told her I wasn't going to. I'm not gonna do that. That's ridiculous. You upset your mom. She can't handle it. But she has to. What is wrong with you? Do you understand? This is my feelings in my life, and I don't want to live here anymore. Here. No. So my mother can stay here alone. She feels like she can handle that. Or she can do what we were supposed to do a long time ago and run away with me. Okay? But that is scary for her, because of course it's going to be scary for her. But, oh well, I don't have to sacrifice myself because she wants to have her cake and eat it too, That's not fair to me. I don't have to do it. And That's why I would go into a shelter, not to save money, it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with I'm in a lot of pain and I won't be able to hide from my pain in the shelter, okay? Won't be able to do it. They have people that talk to you. They have people who tell you to get into therapy. They don't want you to spend your life in a shelter, So I won't be able to hide from my own pain, and I won't be alone. I won't be alone. I won't be able to hide from my own pain. And neither of those things would be true even if I fucking got a roommate. So it has nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do with money. Like, oh, I'll go to a shelter. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with me and my mentality. And I know that I'm going to be, mentally, like, not doing good because, my mom is going to view this as me abandoning her. She can't help it. It's how she's going to view it. And she also might try to say blah, 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 blah. And I know. There's no blah, 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 blah. There's no, well, I will do this. No. We either do it or I leave. It's that simple. It's that simple. So my mother will, again, it's her illness, her age, whatever. She will play games and, no. But I have to do something drastic to have her decide what she wants. What kind of sacrifices she's willing to make to have her daughter be a regular part of her life. That's why I said in one of the videos, it's them or me. I'm not wrong to say that because I'm not trying to force you to. I'm just saying that's how it is. I don't want to live here anymore. I have not wanted to live here for a long time. You had never even planned to move back in, and you told me, but then your landlord's a freaking semi-slumlord, and ooh. She has to relearn things, Everything's different. Even our shower that the contractor put in, it's completely different, and it's different having to step into that tub and hold on to the grab bar versus where she lived with that, in the apartment, it was a walk-in thing, which is actually much safer, for anybody elderly, but whatever, Again, I can't force my mom to leave. And, I hope everything's okay with her when I leave. But if it isn't, sure, I'd feel horrible, but it wouldn't be my fault because I'm not committing any crime by leaving. Okay? There's my soup. Yummy, huh? Yummy. I fry up in organic Nativa. Is it Nativa? Coconut oil that I get off of Vitamin Say. Nativa. Natina Virgin Organic Coconut Oil. And I fry up the spinach, kale, and the mushrooms in that. And I added, we didn't have that tonight. I made a special treat for us that I make once in a while that she got from somebody. I would have never bought it, but I would have wanted to buy it. I just wouldn't think. I'm not a cook, okay? But she got this sweet potato, organic sweet potato mix, pancake mix, and it's absolutely delicious. But it's still dessert because we put butter and organic butter and organic syrup on it. It's a dessert. So that was my treat, my reward to myself for busting my ass cleaning all last night. And then I slept today, but I've been doing stuff since I got up too, okay? I'm always doing stuff. Always. I've been cooking and cleaning and, it's not like I sat down and watched a 2-hour movie. I might watch something briefly while I'm having a, my lemon water, but anyhow. And I'm not done. So that was my treat. That was our dinner. And then we're going to eat that delicious, healthy soup all week long. It has green beans in it, too. Canned soup, organic green beans. I don't know why I say it's all organic. I told you it's all organic. Even the spices are organic. They're simply organic spices I get from Vita Cost. I wonder when that Art of Racing in the Rain is going to come out on video. DVD. DVDs usually come out quickly, This is going to shut off soon. I don't even know if it's going to go to the 29 because it's supposed to be 29 at a time. No, actually, it probably will go to the 29. Because the other videos were shorter. They can add up to more than 29. It's just they can't run 29 minutes. You can only run 29 minutes at a time. I can, with YouTube, I don't know if you guys, probably people who don't do videos don't realize this, but when you have videos, you can look at all your private videos, and my private videos go all the way back to 2011, and some of them are on private because I never wanted to release them publicly. Some I have to watch, and I will release them publicly. I have recent videos I've uploaded and not released publicly to you guys that are from a couple months ago. I can't even, if I can't make home on my ESA, then the point is, it's not, doesn't matter the point's mood or whatever that I'm going into a shelter. It's like I have to make him my ESA, and I told you I missed the deadline that I didn't even know about, and I was sick, and I wasn't even reading my emails, and the therapist got in touch with me, and then you have to get back to her quickly, or which to me is ridiculous because they don't know. How do you know I'm not dead? I'm not dead. So, but how do you know I'm not in the hospital or something and you can't get back to me, But that's what they do. They cancel and then you can reapply and you get your money back. And hi, sweetheart. So that's where we stand. Oh, and some of the videos from a long time ago. And if I didn't get enough, if I look at something years later and I only have like 10 views, 12 views, I decided to just delete those videos because, I can only reach three, I already told you about that. You can only go up to 3,000 videos. And if I want to see more of my videos I've uploaded, I have to delete older ones and delete them. But I have a lot more viewers now. I wonder if I publicly released ones that have been on private that are from a long time ago and from when I was thin. I'm wondering if maybe they'd have renewed interest in them and they would get views. I don't know. I might try it. I'll have to watch it, make sure it's nothing I don't want you guys to see.